I think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-match reaction. Leeds United 1, Man United 1 at Ellen Road, and we have become IKEA FC. More draws than you've ever seen before. That's Wolves, Forest, West Ham, Leeds that we have all...
Spurs.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of teams near the bottom of the league...
Well, Spurs are near the bottom of the league.
Yeah, United have dropped points against 5 of the bottom 6 of the Premier League table. And do you know who's next, Sam?
Burnley.
I wonder what score that game's going to be. What did you make of that?
Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I thought first half very defensively sound. Didn't give a lot away. I think Calvert-Lewin header was the only thing where I was a bit worried. Apart from that, I thought it was solid. Second half, more of the same. Lack of urgency in attack, lack of quality in attack. Aiden Heaven switches off for a minute, gives Leeds a goal. We immediately switched the system to 4-4-2, bring Xerxes on, and it seemed to change things for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we went back to lack of urgency again. That was kind of it.
Yeah, it wasn't one where it was like, oh, United are proper going for this and they're putting them under the caution, they're going to kill them and all this kind of stuff. It just felt very leveled, almost a little bit like a chess match. Like they was going for it, then we was going for it. You know, by the end of it, I think the commentators said it themselves. A draw is probably a fair result. Cunha was, you know, we've been asking for him. He's the guy in the team. When you look at the starting lineup, we like, you know, decent money's been spent on you. You're prime and ready for the Premier League. We brought you here for this reason. Did he stand out for you, Matheus Cunha?
Yeah, he was getting on the ball a lot. He was trying to make things happen. He's putting thread through passes. He was getting shots on goal. I think he hit the post as well. So yeah, he was making an effort. He was getting about the pitch. He was dropping deep. He was getting forward. He was all about the pitch. And I thought, apart from our defense, I thought he was arguably one of the better players on the pitch. I think the 3 defenders, Heaven, Shaw, and fucking Yoro, were excellent. Obviously, Aiden Heaven's one thing aside. I thought they were the best players on the pitch. But yeah, Cunha tried to make things happen. And then Xerxes came on the pitch, and I felt like there was a little bit of something there for like 10 minutes where we might have been able to snatch it. But then again, it sort of died off a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, so Matheus Cunha's game by numbers, 78 touches, 6 touches in the box, 6 passes into the final third, 6 attempted take-ons, 3 successful, 3 shots, 2 interceptions, 2 clearances, 1 woodwork hit, and 1 goal. I mean, that is, you couldn't have been more involved in the game if you possibly tried. And I think he actually got the official man of the match as well. You touched on Joshua Xerxes' cameo there, Sam. 27 minutes he was on the pitch for, 22 touches, 20 passes completed, 5 passes into the final third, 2 chances created, and obviously got the assist for the Cunha goal as well. That's the kind of Xerxes we want to see, isn't it?
Yep. He was in, I saw someone else say he was in flow state.
Yeah.
It just, everything he was doing was coming off. The little flicks, the little through balls, everything was just happening. And it seemed like he wasn't thinking or overthinking stuff where he was like, oh, what do I do? Where do I need to be? He was just being about the pitch and that's the Joshua Xerxes that we saw at Bologna when he scored the goal. That was the Joshua Xerxes we've seen in moments for United where he's been decent. But yeah, that was a very, very good sort of half an hour or so for Xerxes. I know we'll probably touch on Sesko at some point, but yeah, I thought the chances that he provided for the likes of Sesko probably should have been capitalized on a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very happy with Xerxes' substitution. Like I thought that was the right substitution at the right time. He changed the system and it was an attacking sub and it wasn't a defensive sub. So I was like, tick, 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 all there.
I agree with that. I do think it was reactive, obviously, to the situation.
100% it was. Yeah.
I would have rather, you know...
Of course.
I think in that situation, I understand we've got fucking 7 defenders on the pitch, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I just felt we was too pragmatic. I know Ellen Road's a tough place to go. I know they're in good form at the minute, but I would have liked to have seen us put our... Because I feel like for both sides, an element of risk there would have been good, you know what I mean? Maybe we would have lost the game and we sat here complaining, saying whatever, but I'd rather go out than trying for the last goal and going for that 3 points. Because like I just said at the start, that's points dropped in nearly every team near the bottom of the table now.
Yeah, you know? I'd rather I'd rather go for it and get punished
Yeah.
than just settle for a draw, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's the United I know, and that's what I grew up watching, Fergie time, and just going for it to the last minute. And it just seems like at some point we tried for about 10 minutes with Xerxes on trying to get a winner.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were kind of like, yeah, let's go for a draw. And that's kind of what we settled back into. Like, because the last few chances came to Leeds, like the last three, they all came down to Leeds. So, yeah.
I do think I think the defenders was good. I agree with you. I think experienced players in particular was really good as well. But that goal that they score is way too easy.
Yes.
Way too easy. There was shades of Brentford in there. Do you know they were just lumping it in the channel
casual.
when you go
It was just casual, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was just casual.
I mean, Aiden Heaven was fucking. I was in all the group chats. I was saying, mate, Heaven's mustard. He's dealing with Calvert-Lewin. On the ball, he was good. In the air, he was great again. And he's obviously a special player in there. But those kind of moments highlight his youth and naivety. Just 2 times, really. I think Euro with Morgan Rogers giving him too much space, and then Heaven not getting tight enough. I think about the Bournemouth game as well, when he gives Evan Nelson too much space. They're not getting tight enough to these forwards, in my opinion.
It's the Premier League, isn't it? Single mistake, you will be punished.
You get killed.
Even with Leeds, who were like, what, 15th, 14th? I'm not sure where they're at in the league. You will get punished. You cannot give a single mistake. You cannot give space to a Premier League level player like that. It's just, you can't do it because that's what happens. Like you just mentioned, Bournemouth, Brentford, there's a list of it. Like it just happens. So hopefully he learns from that. I think otherwise his game was fantastic. He made one mistake and it cost us, but hopefully going forward, he realizes he's got to be on it 100% and he cannot allow that amount of space to be that casual going for a ball. You've just got to imagine that there's somebody on your shoulder all the time and just make sure you get there first. But yeah, unfortunate because I thought other than the Calvert-Lewin head and then who did the overhead kick that Le Mans made a save from?
Was it Metro, maybe?
Metro, yeah.
On?
Those were the only two.
Maybe.
Okafor, yeah. They were the only two opportunities where I was like, they could have scored. And the only other one was the mistake.
Calvert-Lewin at the post. Did you mention that then?
Yeah, that was the header, wasn't it? It headed.
Had a flick on. Yeah. That was headed.
They were the only two where I was like, they could have scored. And then obviously the mistake from Heaven, which was unfortunate.
We'll talk about Benjamin Sesko in a minute. I just want to get into the comments because there's a couple of interesting ones. Andy's saying, lads, am I being crazy? People are saying it's decent point, but we play City and Arsenal. I think that's a terrible result. I think context is important. If you go there and perform like we did against a bigger side, I would take the point. But because it's Leeds, I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with that. I would have preferred a win.
We normally step up against big teams as well. Like normally we play Liverpool, Arsenal, those guys. We seem to play better anyway. So I'm not really worried about City and Arsenal because I expect us to step up because we normally do. It's when we play these sort of teams that I think we need to play better and we don't.
Yeah, and we'll have players back for that game. So Arsenal and City will have most of our players back, hopefully. T2's very frustrating. Thought we did enough to win that, but didn't take our chances. We just struggle when teams sit deep weirdly. We're better off with less possession. We always have been. We always have been. Tim99, another draw, some decent defending, poor final balls let us down. And do you know what as well that annoys me? Dorgu and Dallo on that right-hand side, their quality on the ball, so in terms of their first touch and how erratic they can be. The amount of times Dallo lost the ball passing it or silly. Both of they're too clunky for me, technically.
Dorgu,
way too clunky.
And when we were going long with Le Mans, Dorgu, I don't think won a single duel as well. Like, just lost every single one. And I was just like, what's the point? Like, why are we hitting it to him? He's not winning any of these. Like, it's just really frustrating.
Yeah. Rayanator, I can't be ranting and raving, but this is still disappointing. It's now undeniable we are a better unit as a back four, but he still doesn't see it. Way too many draws, and 1 win in 5 is still unacceptable. Stevie saying, very happy with the senior players today. Cass, Lissandro, and Shaw showed real leadership, and despite the goal, Heaven was quality. If the manager abandons his back three system, I'll be on board all the way. If we persist with a 4-2-3-1, we'll be in for a shout for 4th or 5th comfortably. Do you agree with that, Sam?
Yeah, I think we saw the immediate impact as soon as he took Yoro off and brought Xerxes on, and we went for, I think it was 4-4-2 more than anything, wasn't it? Like that last, I think we looked way better. Attacking intent was there. The passing was better and crisp about that. Yeah, I think the system is better, but we know what Amrin is like. Like we know he's not going to stick to it most likely. We'll probably line up against Burnley and it'll be a back five.
Yeah,
So
you're probably right. I hope we've got some players back, whether it's Mount or Mainu. I'm praying to God they're going to be available. I can't see 7 defenders on the pitch again. But yeah, with United putting out 7, 8 defensive midfielders, Sam, not defensive midfielders, but defensive players, sorry. It felt like 8 defensive midfielders. You look at the players on the pitch, Cunha stepped up. Benjamin Sesko, I feel like he does everything but score. So like his link-up play, I feel like was really good.
Great.
He was playing some balls in behind. Yeah, making himself a nuisance in the air, winning duels, what he was doing.
Yeah.
But then those chances, I know some of them are half chances. He needs a goal on there for confidence. I feel like once he gets that goal, you'll see him start. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the commentator was talking about Calvert-Lewin. Like we know Calvert-Lewin's in the history has scored. Like he's had patches where he's had like really good runs of form, and then he's suffered with confidence. But now he's at Leeds. Was he scored like 6 goals in December? I think they said. So he obviously got a goal, and then the run started, and you just hope it's the same for Benjamin Sesko because, like you said, everything else he's doing correctly. Like he's getting in the right positions, he's making runs, his link-up play is good. It just seems to be when it comes to finishing, he's just not there. Like there was the header which turned out to be offside, but even if it wasn't, like you've got like make sure you put it in the net and then they can flag you offside. That header was piss poor. Yeah. Really, really piss poor header. And then there was the cut back from Xerxes where he hits it first time and it just goes wide. And you like they are for a striker of his caliber, they are golden opportunities that he needs to put away. Like he has to put away. So I just hope you're right that when he gets one, they start flowing because that finishing, that was really annoying. Really, really annoying.
What did you make of Leeds as an opposition? Did they kind of play how you thought they would? Was the maybe less strong than you thought given the form at the minute, or did that match play out how you thought it would?
Yeah, very similar. They were dogged, aggressive. They went for it. They've got some decent players in there, like Anton Stack. I've spoken about a million times. Calvert-Lewin. I thought Aiden Heaven dealt with him relatively well. I thought he dealt with him quite well. I thought the other players didn't have as much as an impact as you would think. Like Okafor, I don't think had a major impact. Obviously, he went for it towards the end. We're bringing on Nonto and Tanaka and somebody else. I can't remember. He tried to go for it, which didn't quite work. But yeah, that's what I expected. Solid, try and snatch you on the counter and get a win. And that's what they did. But yeah, I just think had we had the likes of Avad, Mbumo, those kind of guys, there was a couple of like moments of like you said, when Dorgu and Dalla were out there, there's a couple of moments like that. If you've got those type of players, I think we probably get something and we win.
Yeah.
But just like I said, the lack of players, the lack of Bruno, it's killing us creatively and like attacking wise.
Yeah, I just feel like I absolutely agree with that, by the way. I just think it's a cheat code for us to say that because we don't have those players, like when we're playing teams,
no, we should be doing better. We still should be doing better.
And that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. It's just like I feel almost bad in saying, oh well, if we did have those players, then we would win. But you're playing a team who, and most of the teams we drew with and dropped points with have got like 1/10 of our budget.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're a really good manager, you should always find a way to get the job done, regardless of what players. I mean, Cunha's still on the pitch. That's like you can go throughout the full team. It's far more quality, you would say, on paper. But then obviously Leeds are at home, which is a factor, and Leeds are playing better at the minute. They're just in better form. Yeah. So it's interesting. I want to talk about Shaw as well at wing back because I thought that was an interesting experiment. We'll speak about that in a minute, but let me just go quickly to the comments. Morocco and Cameroon playing separate round of 16 games tonight. We need 2 losses from them, honestly. Yeah, I'll be watching that like a fucking eagle, mate, praying that they get knocked out.
Ivory Coast still in it as well.
Yeah, they're playing tonight as well.
Right.
So
can they all get knocked out, please?
I think they've got a tough game as well. I was looking at AFCON before, so I think Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they had Senegal. Was it? Oh no, South Africa. Sorry. And then Ivory Coast have got Burkina Faso, so I think Ivory Coast will probably go through. But chance that South Africa one of the dark horses, I think, for the tournament. So yeah, could be knocked out. Hopefully, we'll get Brian Mbumo back. That'd be absolutely great. Our best player since this AFCON injury disaster period has been Lamont. How many times this man has saved has been unreal. Yeah, that's another one I completely forgot to shout him out. But Lamont, Sam, some of those saves that he made, you referenced one before the overhead kick, but I'm sure there was a couple of other really big ones as well.
He's been integral, like here, and then at Wolves as well. Like we could have lost that game at Wolves. He made like 2 or 3 saves where he kept us in it. Been quality, like save wise and stuff like. Ironically, after we had that discussion of people overhyping him and stuff,
I know.
and he's been
same thing's happened with Cunha though.
Yeah,
you said the same thing about Cunha. He was like not doing enough, and then since then he started scoring.
Maybe he listens. Maybe listening to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Le Mans, I can't fault him, honestly. Like, he's been fantastic the last couple of games and pulled us out of the shit. So hopefully he keeps going. Dan worried me because he must have been about 10 seconds ahead. He's like, oh, he had a bit of an Onana moment where he catches the ball and drops it. And I was like, oh, no. But right, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah. Just last thing on the individuals as well. Shaw at left wing back. Obviously, the first time we've properly seen him there. I think we saw him in a back four, didn't we? Maybe against Newcastle or something. But this time at wing back, advancing more, putting crosses in, set pieces decent. I think some of the corners that he put in were really, really dangerous. And he had that from a defensive point of view, that headed clearance at the back post where I can't remember what Leeds player it was that was coming in behind him, but if he didn't get his head on that, that could have been a goal as well. So Shaw, I know we fluctuate with him for the most part, but I think he's been pretty solid on it the past couple of months, would you say, Luke Shaw?
Yeah, it helps that he can start games that are regular and he's always available, which is something we've not really had from him for a long time. And when he does get a consistent run of games, he's normally quite good. I just hopefully he stays fit and hopefully he keeps putting in those performances because we're going to need it because the lack of options on that left-hand side is worrying because obviously Dorgu's being moved about the pitch to various degrees of success. Diego Leon's not ready. Harry Amas is doing quite well at Sheffield Wednesday, but obviously he's on loan. So yeah, we need him to play well because the options there are quite limited.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Keep getting your thoughts in and opinions. I'm just picking up some quotes from Mateus Cunha's been speaking after the game. Usually it's the manager where I want to get the quotes, but I think some of the things that Cunha's been saying, have been very interesting. So I'll get them on the screen in a minute. Rainer is saying we had a full squad for Bournemouth and Everton and still squandered those. We're just inconsistent and incomplete side. Been begging for Shaw to play there for months. Just whether his body can hold up is always the question. Cunha apparently happy with the point. If that's the mentality from dressing room, I'm feeling a bit. Are you happy with the point, Sam?
No,
where are you at with it?
No, I'm absolutely not happy with the point because it's Leeds for one. So I hate Leeds. Yeah. Two, we need points. We need wins because we've been saying for ages that Champions League spot. If you get a couple of wins together, you can find yourself in the top four quite easily with a gap. And the opponents that we've faced, we should be beating Wolves, West Ham, Everton. Like we should be winning those games. And this is another one. You should be winning it. And yeah, players being out is an excuse to an extent. But again, like you said, we have enough quality. We should be putting it away. And I think had Sesko had some sort of confidence and be on a goal scoring run of form, he probably buries one of those chances and we win the game. But that's where we're at in a minute. Yeah, I'm annoyed, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, it feels like we're dragging a little bit, like my cat is currently. Like he always does. Every fucking show, dragging his ass across the carpet. We are dragging our ass. If we somehow, by a miracle, by the way, get Champions League football or European football, it's just going to be like almost. I was looking before. If we replicate what we've done, the first half of the season will end on 56 points. I think it is 57 points. Usually it's 66, 65 points that gets you. That shows the standard of quality this season in the Premier League that it is absolutely everywhere. From Chelsea to Tottenham, I think there's 4 points in between, which is mad, isn't it?
Like,
what's a madness?
If we get in the Champions League, it's not because we're quality. Like, that's not why.
No,
it's because everybody else was more shit than we were.
Agreed.
That would be why.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to put the Cunha quotes on the screen. We tried to do everything to win this game, and we hope the next one comes with 3 points. When everyone is here, we have everyone to create with me and create a lot of good things. We need to keep improving and try again on the next one. Do you know what? Them rinse and repeat media quotes. I just can't. I can't get on board with
the media trained within an inch of their lives.
I really can't get on board with him. It's just like
I miss Ralph Ragnick, man. Just absolutely talking amazing shit in press conferences was ridiculous stuff. Like I loved it.
He also said it was so hard. We know what to expect, of course. Them trying to do everything to win. It's hard. A lot of physical, but every single game we wear the shirt, we have to give it all. Yeah, it's just like
blah 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 blah.
Now sick of seeing all this shit. United's next. Why does that say United's next 3 games? Oh, so 2 out of 6 points so far from Wolves and Leeds. Burnley's going to be another point dropped. Ruben Amorim says, I think Joshua Zirkzee played well. Benjamin Sesko connected the game well. Ugarte is playing better. We had opportunities to win. We are losing games in details. We managed to get back in the game after conceding. A little bit frustrated. I think we played well and we had more control in this game than we did against Wolves. I think that I probably agree with. But then it's kind of like, if that's the standard and if that's what we're going off, I don't think United fans are necessarily going to jump to your fucking...
No.
You're calling rallying cry. Come on. Do you know what I mean?
It's not exactly an inspiration of leadership, is it? Like,
no.
It's not a, it's not a rah, let's go, like, sort of thing.
Yeah. I feel like the most positive thing we could say is we didn't lose, which is where we're at the moment. Yeah, man of the match, Sam. Is it easy? Cunha for you?
Cunha or Heaven, but I suppose you have to give it to Cunha because Heaven did make the mistake. So
yeah,
Cunha.
I have to admit, go on.
Yeah, again, how many times have we heard the commentators say if United win, they could go fourth? Yeah. Again, every fucking week I feel like I hear that. If United win, they go fourth. I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm tired of it, man. Like, just,
I must admit, I feel like Lisandro Martinez deserves a shout as well. Since he's coming back into the team, I think he's been really good. I mean, no one is as composed on the ball as him in the entire team. No one. In terms of having someone that ability to maybe find the passing behind and switch play and play through the lines is so important. Honestly, it's like if you rewatch that game back, how many times he got on the ball and just calm things down. He is, long may he continue in the team because we need players like him. I thought he played really, really well. Amarin's just said as well, by the way, Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes could be back in the squad for Burnley, which is...
Thank God.
Yeah, I expect minutes from Mason Mount and Bruno potentially in the next game, that's a quick turnaround for Bruno, isn't it? But did we not say it was a hamstring injury?
They said like a month, didn't they?
Yeah.
They said like a month.
So for him to be back...
What's wrong with Copy? What's wrong with Copy?
Yeah, how was Bruno back before Mainu?
What the fuck is going on? Like, Mainu was supposed to be like, what, a week or something? And he's been out. So, like, what's going on there? That's mad.
I don't know. Conspiracies are going to start flying about.
Yeah, not that he'd play anyway, but I'm just saying.
That's what I mean. If Bruno's back now, that's his competition for where he was going to play. So he's not going to get in the team. The one period we had with AFCON and injuries, he couldn't even feature in because he got injured. Honestly. Crazy. Bruno Fernandes is just a different fucking person.
He's not real, is he?
He's really not.
Human.
Yeah.
He's just insane.
I agree, Rayanator. Bruno is not a normal man. Absolutely, totally agree. Listen, it's not great. It's a point against Leeds at Ellen Road. It's a very tough place to go. Certain players wasn't available. I can appreciate that, but I'd still the lingering message for me is I would have still rather have gone for it and gone for the 3 points because then you put yourself in a more favourable position. You get a couple of players back for Burnley, and then you've got a break and you get everyone back for City and Arsenal. You never know, but I don't know. I just feel like we're dragging, like I said. And this show's dragging, so we'll leave it there. Appreciate every single one of you for all the post-match reaction, including more quotes from Ruben Amorim. Head over to Instagram and check it out over on there to get your fix. Just a reminder, Bruno and Mount should be available for Burnley, which is fantastic news. Let's start getting more points on the board because I can't keep getting draws and we're going to be being called fucking IKEA FC. Appreciate